to the watch, and today we're talking about entitled people who get things for free and are lazy and young, like us.
Yes, we felt
Fame. Oh,
fame,
we're on the internet, so we're famous.
We must be famous, and to make this theme appropriate, we're outside sitting on these armchairs that Valencia sent to us.
Yes, these are from their theatre line, where you're supposed to actually. These are for actually watching movies. Like if you want to do it in style, in luxury, with Italian leather, with USB-A, USB-C. Yeah.
We'll take it from here.
One of the things that cringe influencers do is often flex. I like look at all the. And this is why it does feel weird for me.
Technically, this is a definition of a flex. If we're being honest,
well, hang on. Is it? I don't think it is because I don't have the money to afford this.
Yes, but
I mean, it was given to us for a feature.
Casey Neistat doesn't have the money to go on first-class flights for Nike, but he still does it.
Sure, he doesn't have the money.
He
would have the money.
He does. He does.
He would have the money.
We don't have the money for these. These were sent to us to test out and to give our opinion on. These are a flex, Shad.
All right, they're really nice.
We're sitting in front of the castle, wearing in these theatre seats.
We don't need to, but
this is a
all right.
flex.
If someone came to you and says, "Here is something free,"
yes,
and we do that with swords a lot on Shadiversity, and this fits with Night's Watch because you guys like watching films and movies. We review them a lot. Yes. If you want a really nice theatre seat, Valencia, these are actually really good, and it does tie into the subjects that we're integrating in with the videos because we do want to talk about
people who gain a lot of money and influence undeservedly and how they deal with it.
The problems associated with it. There's a common trend that you see that, it's created issues that only really exist with the internet ecosphere. And it's the result of, there's a lot of young people who end up becoming really famous, really successful online with very little effort.
Yep.
And you could even say very little talent and merit needed to achieve it. And they do not have the maturity to appreciate what they have or handle the fame maturely and respect their audience.
I personally believe this actually comes down to a personality type.
Personality thing?
I think so, because funnily enough, here at Shadiversity, a lot of us don't care about fame or the influencer lifestyle. Mm-hmm. So, for example, a good example of this is a lot of people watching, and a lot of people watch Shadiversity stuff, you'd consider them fans, right?
Yes.
And meeting you is a big deal.
Yes.
I don't care when I meet you. I remember the first day I met him, and I didn't care. You were just another. Hey, good. Chad. Nice to meet you, mate.
That I appreciate. If someone really, really kind of has the fan mentality, it can become difficult to work with when I need someone who just treats me like a regular dude to work with. But when a fan does come up and want to say hi, it's actually a really humbling thing to realize that, holy crap, this person just meeting you is making their day better. And so I go out of my way to try and make it as pleasant an experience for them as possible, because that's something that I think needs to be appreciated and respected, and it should be humbling, right?
And that's why I say it's a personality type, because I've actually met like celebrities that I would consider that I like their work, and when I met them, I thought I would be like a fan, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
I just met him and I was another guy. Mm-hmm. So I genuinely think the fame thing is a personality type.
Possibly.
For people who want that.
There are a few people I would kind of fanboy over, but even then, when I meet them, I know they're just regular people, okay?
I met Orlando Bloom.
Did you?
I didn't like him. Well, let me explain it, right?
There are very few celebrities I like flat.
I met him at a Comic-Con, and what's an Australian thing that if somebody doesn't reciprocate, you just don't like them? If I met you and I went, "Hey, you going, Shad?" and I went to shake your hand, but you didn't shake my hand back, like you ignored that, we're not cool. I don't like you. He didn't shake my hand. When I met Jason Momoa...
He did not shake your hand?
He didn't shake my hand.
Bastard.
I met Jason Momoa. He's cool.
He's cool?
I like Jason Momoa, yeah.
So, fame is something that needs to be respected, I really feel, especially by the fact that it's your fans that enable you to do what you do. And what really pisses me off about a lot of online influencers and stuff like that, the ones that, well, examples are Hassan, Pokimane, XQC, right? You see in a lot of ways them treat their fans like crap.
I've actually got a really good point about this. Me and Nate were actually talking about this earlier this week.
Yeah.
The way that these type of people deal with their fans and their audience. For example, if somebody sends something to us, or they send a super chat or something like that, we will try to name you by name. And there are even people in chat that we recognize from past streams. And we try to treat you guys as individuals who are giving your time, and even in some cases your money, whether you're sending us something to do. We want you guys to feel like we don't just think you're
a number.
You're a group that is too far removed. When you tune into some of these streamers and stuff like that, it's like, oh, the group sent this. Oh, the collective sent this money.
Someone from chat.
It's someone from chat. It's very impersonal, and it's very much like they don't care about who the people that are actually watching, because they're just numbers.
Yeah.
To us, they're not just numbers. They're people watching. They're people sending in chats, and they're people who like the content. To them, it's very much like it's a number. It's a game.
One of the biggest dangers with celebrity and fame is when you have all these people telling you you're wonderful, you're great, we love you and everything like that. The danger is when you have so many people telling you you're so great, is that they might start to believe that they're actually better than other people. And they're not. And
Don't
I'm
worry.
not.
For every single one of you in chat and in the comment section that says that Shad is amazing and great, don't worry. I humble him. I take it upon myself every day.
I give it back to him as well. You need it as well, mate.
Everybody gets it around here.
Yes,
So
we do. We do.
try to stay very, let's say, normal.
Grounded.
Realistic. Yeah.
So this kind of influencer fame thing is a bit of an anomaly in history. Celebrity has always existed, okay? And I already got annoyed with how up themselves celebrities can be. And the mask has come off in modern day thanks to social media, when we realize, oh, you guys are mostly idiots.
I remember when there was COVID and everybody was dying, and they're like, imagine there's no heaven. And everybody's
Madonna
like,
in her bath with pedals saying how hard things are. It's like, you people are retarded. You're just so disconnected from reality. The thing is, though, social media has enabled that to happen to more people in easier ways. Back in the day, there was a type of filtering process where there was a bit more merit needed to gain great success. Not in all cases, but in a lot of cases, you really did need to put in some effort, more often than not, go through some hard work to achieve it. Come social media in the modern day, a lot of people getting famous by just sitting on their computer and speaking to their camera. Some people actually, I think, do a great job with it. This isn't criticism for that type of content. My criticisms are more the people that gain huge success with not a lot of effort and don't actually necessarily have a lot of talent either. And it goes to their head. And then they don't understand or appreciate what they really have, and they become entitled to it, and they become astronomical douchebags. Yeah. And I can't stand it.
Now, if anybody thinking that's ironic that we're sitting in front of a camera doing basically what he just described with a couple of extra steps, this isn't our main content. Our main content is far more difficult than this. This is like the extra stuff. So this is like the you get this additional.
Yeah, we talked about this in our boogie video. Yeah. I think we still put in effort into this. But
the amount of effort for one of those videos is astronomically higher than most niches that exist. So we just want to be clear about that.
And so because this happens to them so young and they haven't really gone through like some difficulty, hardship to appreciate what they have, they become really entitled. And you see this with like Sniper Wolf, XQC, Hassan, and things.
My theory on this is, first off, they haven't become fully formed people yet.
Yes.
And I think me and you both agree on this, that to truly find out who you are as a person, you have to go through some stuff. You have to go through some hardship, and that builds character. But not only does it build character, but it makes you stronger in what your character is. So it makes it harder to shake your foundational stuff. A lot of people these days, and this isn't like a knock on these particular people, just in general, society. Society doesn't have much of that these days. We've removed a lot of those hardships. So
I mean,
people are less formed people these days.
We live in a more luxurious society in the modern West than any other time in human history. We're outside. There's a plane flying over top. Do we mention why we're outside? Because these don't fit in our studio. That's why we're outside.
So big.
They're massive. Do you guys understand how big these armchairs are? They are so big.
If you're brand new to the channel, everybody's just like, if you're brand new to the channel, this is not our normal setup. We usually have an entire set that we dedicate for this sort of content. However, we got sent these beautiful chairs made of luxury Italian leather, and there was nowhere for them to go. We don't have much space. So we said, well, why not just put them outside like white trash? So that's what we've done. So they're outside.
Does that mitigate the cringe of the flex? They're really comfortable, guys. Valencia. Yes. Try them out. Unironically.
But back to the influencers who don't deserve it. I am
the hardship thing.
The hardship, yes. In society, we have, especially in the West, specifically, people don't really have that much things to go through these days. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people out there who do suffer.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are struggling to make ends meet in the world. Course. Most people, really.
But I'm talking specifically for younger people.
Younger people, especially.
But even then, it's not even. Remember, the whole goal, the name of the game is for your children to have it better than you.
Yes.
So it's something that we've worked towards, but one of the negative drawbacks of that is people don't really go through it.
This is when it comes to the parents' responsibility. Like, parents should make sure your children understand hard work. They need to be challenged and experience some hardship in the positive way in developing them. Give them chores, make them try and earn things. Don't give them everything. I don't go crazy overboard in birthdays and Christmases and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's the whole thing about not raising a spoiled brat.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people who it goes to their head, they really come off like spoiled brats. And it's something that would have been much harder for them to achieve in any other realm, because that's where this comes into the low talent kind of thing. Like, to what credit can you give them? Because people are watching for a reason, and is it because they can just talk? Are they just talkers? If you can talk,
a lot of them are streamers. Now, if you're a good streamer, hey, great for you. But I think we discussed it the other day where I think it's because people are lonely and they want someone, they want to hang out with someone without actually hanging out with someone. So watching someone stream and watch an entire season of Avatar or something makes you feel like you're watching with a friend. And it's that parasocial relationship that influencers have, unfortunately, just by design, that I think a lot of people latch onto.
But if you have that parasocial relationship, yes, you, the creator, doesn't know your followers on a personal level like they feel they know you. But to me, that just means there's a greater responsibility on you as a creator to respect that and to treat them well. Okay?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. And I'm not saying reciprocate every single fit. There's too many people to be able to do that. But still, respect them at the very least. Don't treat them like trash. And there are cases where, like, some of these creators, some of the ones I've mentioned even by name, where a fan comes up to them in the real world and they basically wig out and they say, we've got to get out of here. There's like, I can't understand when they do that and stuff like that. And to me, that's really sad. Yeah. It really reflects their attitude about things.
Maybe I look at it different because the amount of passion and effort we put into the content that we make, specifically on main channel stuff, I don't feel that we deserve anything, but I try to make the best stuff as humanly possible, and I hope that people enjoy that.
To earn the view.
Yeah, I hope that we earn it with the content that we make, because we genuinely try to make the best thing possible with what we can do, and we're always trying to push the boundaries of what we can even do. But for never one moment would I think that we are entitled to views. We are always trying to do what we can to earn as much views as possible.
That's what it's the entitlement problem. That's what these, douchebag influencers, like there's a recent thing with Pokimane and her cookies, and she started to berate her audience for being poor. It's like, are you that disconnected?
It's crazy.
It's insane.
We have inflation right now.
Yeah.
And we have, right now money doesn't go as far as it used to.
Yes.
$28 for like 4 bags of cookies, whatever. It's crazy.
Especially there was a white label brand that
Yeah.
would get sold really cheaply and things. And so like Pokimane really strikes me as a person that is sailing off of hot air. Like there's nothing much there really. And this is where I guess the halo effect comes in and you get the thoughts that are just sailing off of good looks. And, there's a lot of desperate, lonely guys in the world who will give average looking girls who make makeup do most of the heavy lifting, give them a lot of attention. And even when they get that crumb of attention back, that validates all the time and attention they gave. And it just becomes the thought simp dichotomy, which is, I feel, predatory, honestly.
Yes, but I'm not gendering this. I'm let's go for all of them.
Yeah,
It's
the halo mentality that it happens to good-looking guys as well, not to the extreme of women.
We do have an extreme example with Lasan, so
I don't look. Maybe because I'm not attracted to guys, I don't see any appeal, of course. But I have seen some, women simp after him.
Exactly. So it happens on both sides. Not to
He's
obviously
such
1 degree is a bit more, but influencers who don't deserve fame. Luckily, we're not.
You know what
famous,
they probably
so-
would say is like, I do deserve it. Do you have any idea how much I stream? I stream for 8 hours a day. I deserve everything that I have.
Yeah, sure thing.
So I am cautious about the whole deserving success or not kind of criticism, because it becomes a bit of class warfare then. And I don't think coveting and being envious like things is a good feeling to cultivate.
Personally, I'm all about equality of opportunity.
Yes,
I just want
yes.
everybody to have a fair playing field in terms of how they can do stuff, and whoever's the best.
All right,
rises
I
to the
disagree.
top.
Even then though, that's impossible.
How?
People are born with better looks than not. How are you going to compensate for that and give equal opportunity just by natural ability and even appearance?
Okay.
Unbalances the playing
When
field.
I mean equality of opportunity, I mean like the algorithm.
The algorithm,
type
it's fair treatment.
Yes,
fair
fair treatment in terms of the systems that we have, like for YouTube, because we're specifically on YouTube, like things like that, where I just want to be a level playing field on that, which we don't have.
Well, it'll never be a level playing field because you have individuals that are born with stunning good looks like Nathan here that you just can't compete with.
Yeah, all the views we get here is just talking.
What are we supposed to do against that?
Nathan, as an influencer, how do you feel about this?
Oh, fans. I've had a few people come up to me.
You have, yeah.
And I always try to remember your names, and I'm very grateful for it. So it's very humbling. And I'm surprised these people, I think what you were saying before with the personality trait, I think the reason they're like this is because they've gotten to where they have been because of their personality. And so through that whole, I think they just got lucky. That's what I really think about it. 'Cause you know, those people who,
Well, in the modern day with the technology, yeah.
like I know other streamers, content creators who work so hard and have only got like 2,000
You've got to put, and creators that are damn funny and charismatic and have more talent than a lot of these super successful ones. I think you're probably right. I was first going to push back a little bit, but no, because there are so many people making better content, like people will only, oftentimes it's a bit of herd mentality where people see a crowd and they gravitate towards the crowd. I think we're seeing that online where a creator gets a bit of an exposure, a bit of influence, a bit of a group, and then that starts to compound the effect where the point where they end up growing these really large groups, not necessarily because they're making the best content, but because it's the content that people see easier because of they already have the
I will say
audience.
there are very few, but there are some creators out there when I see them and I see the lifestyle they're living and I go, you deserve every single bit of that. You worked hard for that.
Hell yeah.
You're like, one of the most wholesome arcs I've seen on YouTube in a long time is PewDiePie.
Yeah.
Have you seen his new dad content?
No, I haven't actually.
So if you guys, everybody should know who PewDiePie is. PewDiePie obviously did the, you laugh, you lose, reacts, that sort of stuff. He moved to Japan, I think it was about a year ago now, and he's just had his firstborn child. And so he's slowing down his content a bit, but he comes out with these vlogs where he's vlogging a bit of his journey as becoming a dad, and how it's just crazy to see, because you've got the whole travel of when he first met his wife to now when he's living his life, and you just sit there and you go, you deserve that.
Yes.
You have earned this, and I am genuinely happy for you.
I'm glad you brought this up, because that is a really good contrast, because it might sound like we're just complaining about successful influencers. No, there are great influencers and people who make, when I say good content, content that's good enough, right? But it doesn't go to their head and they treat it well and things. And so, yeah, I can think of a number of ones like that as well. Especially like ones that put in heaps of effort and they still seem to be grounded.
Yeah.
Things could come out later after the fact and exposed. Like, everyone thought Boogie was grounded, didn't they? And we saw where that went. So you only know as much as what people, expose about themselves.
And that's why I say it's a personality issue, because there are some of these creators who are massive, who are actually seem to be genuinely good people, family people, who create good content, and it's just, they don't care about the fame or anything like that. But if they see fans, they'll be like, hey, nice to meet you. I think the problem is the industry that this is in attracts the people who want the fame, who are not good at that. Like, if you have any doubts about why I make content, I make content because I love creating things.
Same, yeah.
I am just a creative person, and the process of going from an idea to a finished video, I am very passionate about that. I love that. I couldn't care less about any of the fame aspect to any of it.
Interesting. That is one of the ways they actually become successful, is by not caring about the success. Like Shadiversity, when I started, a video a week without fail, because I was passionate about creating, didn't make a cent in that first year at all. And it took a long time to actually build up, something that you could support yourself on. And even today, recently, I'm starting new channels that aren't making money, right? And it actually gives me a lot more criticism and hate. It's the whole AI art stuff, all right? And I'm not really getting any benefit or likes or, positivity in the world from it, but I'm passionate about it.
There's a reason why when you start a YouTube channel and you look up tutorials and stuff, they always say, do something you're passionate about. Because if you're not passionate about it, you're going to give it up. And I think all of us here have channels that we're passionate about, which is why we're able to keep going. Even when you're tired, even when you're burnt out, even when you're not feeling it, because you're passionate about it. I think, sadly though, a lot of people, this sort of stuff attracts a lot of people who are not passionate.
They want fame, they want attention, and that gets to their head. And we see examples of it, which is just annoying and unfortunate. But I don't think it's going to stop. But they do usually sabotage themselves at one point or another.
At least I can take solace in the fact that everybody here, and even the people aren't here, like Nate, for example, I know, for example, everybody here they don't give a crap about fame. We're all here because we're passionate about it, which I think we're lucky about.
We are lucky. We want to work with good people.
Far more lucky than other people, so.
I realise there might be another dimension that I don't know if, we attach this onto the end of the video as we talk about. A lot of these people are openly arseholes, and they actually present itself as they're proud of it. Hassan has said multiple times, in fact, blatantly, that he is petty as F, okay, that he is a propagandist and everything. And there is an odd kind of thing that I see in some people. Sometimes people enjoy watching arseholes, because arseholes sometimes say the things that people think but are not willing to say.
Right.
Like, ever watch the TV show House? He is a legitimately awful person.
Yeah, but hold on. Okay, yes.
He is.
But the reason he does those things are usually for good reasons.
Well,
they result in positivity.
I don't think there are episodes where where people try and find out why he does what he does, and he deflects and...
yes, but the results are usually someone lives or something positive or this or that. In a lot of these cases, they are just straight up asses.
Yeah.
There's no positivity.
But the thing is, though, like if you met the character House in person, he'll probably treat you like trash and you would hate him, right? But he is one of those annoyingly likable assholes because he's funny and is competent and the show really worked. And I think to some extent it exists depending on the creator, like Pokimane, she desperately tries to put this nice girl persona, and it's fake as hell. It is so fake, but she always pushes that forward. And then you have other ones that are just idiots and jerks.
Well, I think there's also another dimension to it, that what you see online, a lot of the time isn't real. Like, a lot of the time, people are like, you take like a girl streaming. Let's say Pokemon. She's on a set. She's not in her room. She's on a literal set. Like things like that, where people just watch something and they don't actually critically look at it, and they don't realize that it's all carefully crafted. And for example, on Shadiversity, everything is off the cuff, which is why, things get derailed, things go the way that none of it's scripted. However, a lot of the content these days is scripted, perfectly scripted for those sorts of reasons.
People are often surprised when they meet me because they comment and say, you're exactly the same as in videos. Like, like if you were to see us interact and work, it's the same type of stuff that you see in our videos.
And that's why on this sort of influencer, like, how much effort does it take? For example, take one of our videos, how we have to be off the cuff, we have to be entertaining and funny, we also have to perform, like do the thing that we're doing, all while making a cohesive video. Then it has to be edited, has to be uploaded, we have to do thumbnails. It's not just pointing a camera and shooting, and it's not just sitting in a room going, I don't know, watching a full season of TV show and somehow you're rich and famous. So there's lots of different dimensions to this.
So these people, unless they have like a wake-up moment that really humbles themselves, it's not going to turn out well for them.
Well, the truth is, and the truth has always been the same, that the audience holds the power. The audience holds the power. We don't hold the power. They don't hold the power. The audience does.
But there are a lot of people who will still watch because they parasocial relationship, like the asshole, or the crumbs of attention they get from attractive people and stuff. And unfortunately, people latch on to things like that.
Yeah.
I can't, and look, it's weird because it sounds really arrogant when I say you should enjoy better content, but at the same time, it's their choice.
Yeah. There are content that I personally don't understand. I'm not a fan of it.
I know he's talking about ASMR.
100%. No. I got into a fight with my mother the other day. She likes ASMR, and I cannot understand it. I genuinely just don't. My brain,
Funny.
I don't get it. I don't get it, and I don't like it. But if you enjoy it, hey, whatever. I will judge from afar.
Yeah, but guys, we appreciate you because it's only thanks to you we're able to do this. And we'll just have to, I don't know, like, I don't see them changing. That's the kind of sad thing. It's like,
well, social media in general is just, it's not a positive force. If we take it all on a whole, it's not a positive.
It's created, this is the kind of observation, it's created an unfortunate new type of individual that enables narcissistic, lazy people to gain great success, and therefore they don't appreciate and understand it, and that's shameful. Maybe some, like, I don't think they all, but some, maybe they'll figure out that they should be really grateful for what they have.
Yeah. Do you want to take that over?
But until then, stay on.
Well, these couches are really comfortable. Valencia, they got, like, they have LEDs. That's like okay.
You can't see them because we're in the sun.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
But they do have LEDs and they have cup holders. I mean,
like they got the big ones though for like the big sodas that you get at the movies.
We don't know what these buttons do.
Yeah, they change the lights, remember?
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Are
what they
you sure? Because mine isn't.
Why does yours have a plastic cap? Are you protecting yours?
We're meant to take it off, but
okay.
It's hard to take off.
Yeah.
But look, thank you, Valencia, sending us this stuff. And look, they basically want to send us let us, you know what we think. We don't pull our punches in reviews. This is legitimately
good stuff.
It's good.
Best couch that I have, and I'm moving out my current one. And I'm taking it.
Thank you for watching, guys. We appreciate you genuinely.
We apologize for the
quality content.
We don't mean to flex, but
yeah, genuinely.
But if you like, put yourselves in our shoes.
Oh, that's hot.